If you love great music and some gentle banter, you're in the right place. Listen to Radio Care, broadcasting from Coventry.
Hello, and I'm back, and I'm on some new equipment, so hopefully it sounds a little bit clearer, a little bit crisper tonight. And just say Happy New Year to you. I've missed you all. Strange not doing a show last week, but it was Christmas, so I had an excuse not to sort of do anything there. But I hope you all had a really good Christmas and celebrated with your family and friends as best you can. So tonight is the New Year's Day show. I thought I'd rather do that instead of a New Year's Eve show, because I knew you'd all be out partying and wouldn't be listening to me in any case. So for anyone who's not joined Radio Care before, I play songs often starting in the 60s, 70s, going through the decades into the 80s, 90s and bringing it up to present day. Or I have some theme songs, not theme songs, some theme shows where I'll play some tunes sort of related to, I don't know, it could be rock music, 80s music, whatever it is the theme is for that particular show. To get us started tonight, we've got one from the Foundations from 1968, and this one is Build Me Up Buttercup.
But so late, I waited around and then I run to the door. I can't take anymore. It's not you, you let me down again. Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up? Me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. You are my toy, but I could be the boy you adore if you just let me know. Although you are true, I'm attracted to you all the more. Why do I need you so? Baby, baby, try to find a little time and I'll make you happy. I'll be home, I'll be beside the phone waiting for you. Why do you build me up? Me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never call baby when you say you will. But I love you still, I need you more than anyone, darling. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart.
What a great song to get us started tonight. That was Build Me Up Buttercup by the Foundations from 1968. It was a number one hit on the Cashbox Top 100 and number 3 on the US Billboard Hot 100 in early 69. It also got to number 2 in the United Kingdom, but it was held off from a number 1 spot behind the Scaffolds' Lily the Pink, if anyone remembers that one. So welcome. I can see we've got a few listeners already joined us tonight, so it's really nice. Thank you for sort of tuning in tonight. I'm sure there's a few people sort of nursing their sore heads tonight if they were out partying or celebrating with their family, and quite rightly so. It was a New Year's Eve celebration, and yeah, we've all had a bit of a tough year, haven't we? And we've lost friends and all sorts of things this year. So let's hope that 2022 is going to be a better year for everyone, and we start to see that people's health and just everything sort of improves for them. So this next one is one from the Four Seasons. It's from 1975, and this one is December 1963. Oh, what a night. I do like Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I've played this on several shows, probably going back to sort of maybe some of the earlier shows, because it's, next month I would have been doing Radio Care for a year, so I'd be celebrating sort of like the year, sort of first birthday of Radio Care, and it's just been so nice sort of doing this each week. I've enjoyed it so much, but just to say thank you, as I do every week, to all the carers, paid and unpaid, those that are working sort of within the care industry, working in domiciliary care, residential care, and the nurses and medical staff sort of within the NHS, who've done an amazing job through the whole of this pandemic. in looking after people and trying to keep them well and safe. So that's why I do Radio Care, and I'm going to continue to do it. I really enjoy doing the shows, and I had some great support from my friends over in Kesland at Bar 72. My mate Paul, he's helped with shows, and support from regular listeners like Louise over in Rugby, and Alison, and many other listeners that actually sort of listen, not to the live show, but actually download and listen to it later on. And the people around the world, I've got people in India, Argentina, the USA, Japan, all over the UK, but do sort of listen to the show either sort of live, or they listen to it on the downloads on the podcast. So the whole point was just sort of just to put a smile on people's faces, and hopefully that they sort of enjoy some of the tunes that are on there. So I better get back to playing some of the music. So this one is one from a Scottish band called Pilot, and this one is called January. Well, I hope you're enjoying the tune so far. That was January Pilot from 1975. It says on there, in a radio or a video interview on the Radio Borders, David Patton explained that the song was not about the month. and it was about a girl named January, the name being taken from a female protagonist in a book that his wife was reading at the time. So there you have it. That's my favourite saying that I always say. I'm trying to see where it got to. It did actually make it onto the Billboard Hot 100. I also went to number one in Australia, and it was a number one in the UK. And during the month of January in 2016, the song featured in the adverts for the Asda stores within the UK. More information that you didn't know. So there's some songs that I've chosen tonight. My best friend Chris passed away just before Christmas, and music was a big part of our sort of childhood, I suppose our teenage years. And there's several songs that I'm going to sort of play on here, which probably relate sort of like to Chris, and they're also great tunes as well. So the next one that I'm going to be playing is one by Blondie, because when we were at school, we went to a boarding school, and he used to have a poster of Blondie in his bedroom, and there's several other ones, but I won't explain all of them. But yeah, this one's sort of for Chris. What a great song that is. That was Heart of Glass by Blondie from 1979. It doesn't seem that long ago, does it? I can remember having the album. It's probably one of the best albums they did, Parallel Lines. I had that album on vinyl, and I also had the best of, which came out probably about 2 or 3 years later. But great song, and in the UK it was certified a platinum in February of 1979 from the sales of over 1 million. Just trying to see where it got to. Reached number 1 on the charts in several countries, including United States and United Kingdom. I thought it did. So this next one is one from the Boomtown Rats. Went to see them a couple of years ago with Chris, and it turns out that Rat Trap, which I'm going to play in a minute, was the first single that he ever bought back in 1978. So here we go.
Going on that night, cruising time for the young bright lights. Just down past the gas works by the meat factory door, the 5-lamp boys were coming on strong. The Saturday night city beat had already started, and the pulse of the corner boys just sprang into action. And young Billy watched it under the yellow street light and said, "Tonight, up all night, it's gonna be a blight." Living here in this town, he said. Traps have been sprung long before he was born. He said. Hope as the dust behind all the closed doors, and pus and grime ooze from its scab-crusted sword. The screaming and crying in the high-rise block, it's a rat trap, Billy, but you're already caught. Hey, you can make it if you wanna, or you need it bad enough. You're young and good-looking, and you're acting kinda tough anyway. It's Saturday night, time to see what's going down. Put on the right suit, head for the right side of town. It's only 8 o'clock, but you're already bored. You don't know what it is, but there's gotta be more. You better find a way out. Hey, kick down that door. It's a rat trap, and you've been caught. In this town, Billy says everybody's trying to tell you what to do. In this town, Billy says everybody says you gotta follow him. You walk up to the traffic lights, you switch from your left to your right, you push in that button and that button goes that light. If you walk, don't walk, walk, don't walk, talk, don't talk, talk, don't talk, walk, don't walk, walk, don't walk, talk, don't talk, talk, don't talk. Hey, Billy, take a walk, take a walk, take a walk. Billy, take a walk, take a walk, take a walk. Billy, take a walk, take a walk, take a walk. Hey, Billy, take a walk with me. Take you on that misery. Sweet high, sweet free. She takes off her coat and walks down to the street. It's cold on the road, but it's got that home beat. Deep down in her pocket, she finds 50 feet. Here's that way for the young girl to be. I'm gonna get out of school and work in some factory. Work all the hours God gave me. Get myself a little easy moving. Her mind's made up. Walks down the road, her hands in her pocket, coat button against the cold. She finally finds Billy down at the Italian cafe. When he's drunk, it's hard to understand why Billy stands, but then he mumbles in his coffee and he suddenly roars, "It's a rat trap today!" And we've been caught.
You know, I never get tired of that song. I love listening to that song. I love listening to the Boomtown Rats. It was probably that era, probably the late sort of 70s, I'd say from about 1978, that I really started to notice music, and through Top of the Pops, and then started to sort of find my sort of taste in music. And these next sort of couple of songs that are sort of coming on are sort of from that era when I was sort of really sort of like starting to take notice as quite a young lad, really. 1978, I would have been about 9. So quite advanced, I suppose. Not advanced, but I suppose musically, to be into that sort of music at that age, and really know what I liked. Yeah, it's quite different, really. Anyway, this next one is one from Joe Jackson, and this one is She Really Going Out With Him?
With gorillas down my street. From my window I'm staring while my coffee goes cold. Look over there, there's a lady that I used to know. She's married now or engaged or something, so I'm told. Is she really going out with him? Is she really gonna take him home tonight? Is she really going out with him? 'Cause if my eyes don't deceive me, there's something going wrong around here. Tonight's the night when I go to all the parties down my street. I wash my hair and I kid myself, I look real smooth. Look over there, there, here comes Jeannie with her new boyfriend. They say the looks don't count for much, so there goes your proof. Is she really going out with him? Is she really gonna take him home tonight? Is she really going out with him? 'Cause if my eyes don't deceive me, there's something going wrong around here. Around here. But if looks could kill, there's a man there who's more down as dead. 'Cause I've had my fill. Less than you. Take your hands from her head. I get so mean around this scene. Hey, hey, hey. Is she really going out with him? Is she really gonna take him home tonight? Is she really going out with him? 'Cause if my eyes don't deceive me, there's something going wrong around here. Around here. Something going wrong 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 around.
And that was Joe Jackson, Is She Really Going Out With Him, from 1978. Well, it was originally released in 1978, but it wasn't very successful in the charts. So he tried again in 1979, where he had a lot more luck. It actually reached the top 10 in Ireland and Canada, top 20 in Australia and New Zealand, and a live a cappella version reached number 3 on the Dutch top 40 and number 17 in Belgium. And in Britain it reached number 13 and number 21 in America. So this next one is one from the Cars, and again from 1978, and this one is My Best Friend's Girl.
Dancing down the street with his wave blue eyes. Every new boy that you meet, he doesn't know the real surprise. Here she comes again when she's dancing beneath the starry sky. She'll make you feel. Here she comes again when she's dancing beneath the starry sky. Like the way she dips. Well, she's my best friend's girl. Well, she's my best friend's girl. But she used to be mine. You got your nuclear boots and your drip dry glove. Here she comes again when she's dancing beneath the starry sky. Yeah, I make you feel. Here she comes again when she's dancing beneath the starry sky. Here she comes again. I kinda like the way she dips. 'Cause she's my best friend's girl. She's my best friend's girl. And she used to be mine. She's so fine.
But that takes you back to when music was really good. That was the Cars and My Best Friend's Girl from 1978. It does actually say that they did release it as a demo in 1977, where it actually received radio play from the demo. Peaked at number 35 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and reached number 3 on the UK charts. And it has since received positive responses from critics and been included on many compilation albums for the band over the years. So welcome if you've just joined us. I can see the numbers are going up. We're up to just 1,150 odd people listening. So thanks for joining us. It's so nice sort of to have people listening to Radio Care, and keep spreading the word. If you like what you're listening to, you enjoy my endless sort of banter and waffling, please tell people that you're listening to a show, but you can tune in anytime you like, and listen to some great tunes. So please spread the word. So this next one is one from 1981, from another artist that I really admired, and this one is from John Lennon, and it's Woman.
Hardly express my mixed emotions at my thoughtlessness. After all, I'm forever in your debt. And woman, I will try to express my inner feelings and thankfulness for showing success. Inside the man, please remember my life is in your hands. And woman, hold me close to your heart. However distant, don't keep us apart. After all, it is written in the stars.
So there you have it. Radio Care, transporting you from the 60s to present day. Join Mike Howard, broadcasting from Coventry to the world.
Yes, indeedy, I say it every week. I'm broadcasting from Coventry in the West Midlands in the UK, in Europe, in the centre of the universe. And every week I try and put on a show, and hopefully you can tune in and listen to me. That was John Lennon singing Woman from 1981. It was released on the Double Fantasy album, which he'd just completed not long before he was murdered in December 1980, and that's when they released a lot of the songs off of that album. The single debuted at number 3 in the UK, then moved up to number 2 and finally to number 1, where it spent 2 weeks being knocked off the top spot by the reissue of Imagine. It was a different story in the US. Single peaked at number 2, didn't get any further on the Billboard Hot 100, kept out the top spot by REO Speedwagon's hit Keep On Loving You, and then Blondie's Rapture, which reached, but it did reach number 1 on the Cashbox Top 100. Remember, I say this sort of most weeks, when I look at the US charts, there's so many different charts to look at over there. So if you can't sort of get a number 1 on the main one, on one of them, you're bound to get a number 1 hit somewhere else. So sometimes I listen to songs on the radio. I might be in the car when I'm popping to Morrison's or whatever I'm doing, and a song will come on and I think, yeah, I might add that sort of to the set. This next one is one from Phil Collins and Philip Bailey, and it's Easy Lover, and that was one of them ones I heard in the car and thought, yeah, it's quite a good song, I'm going to play it. So here we go.
Easy
That's another cracking song from Phil Collins and Philip Bailey. If anyone doesn't know, Philip Bailey is from Earth, Wind and Fire, and obviously Phil Collins, everyone knows him from Genesis and the solo stuff that he's done. This song was in 1984, and just trying to see where it got to. The song was a number one hit in several countries, including Canada, the Netherlands, Ireland, United Kingdom, and in the US it spent 23 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, charting and just get my words right. Billboard Hot 100 chart, including 7 weeks at the in the top 10 and peaking at number 2 by 1985. There you have it. Right, so this next one I should have played a lot earlier, but I thought that it sort of fitted in sort of quite well. This one was originally done in 1972. It's an old Irish traditional song, and it's been done by many artists over the years. Probably from the 1950s, it's been done, by the Dubliners, many artists, like I say. And this one was a version done by Thin Lizzy, who I absolutely loved, and this one is Whiskey in a Jar.
And some men like a violin, and some men like to hear a cannonball rolling. But me, I like sleeping, especially in my mindless chamber. But here I am in prison, here I am with a ball and chain, yeah. Much a ring, dum-a-do-dum-a-da. Work for my daddy, oh. Work for my daddy, oh. There's whiskey in the jar, oh. And I got drunk on whiskey, oh. And I
What a great song that is. That was Thin Lizzy, Whiskey in a Jar. That does remind me of Hereward College. I know that there's a few listeners that went to Hereward College back in the 80s, and on our jukebox that we used to have in the refectory, there was The Boys Are Back in Town, this one, and several other ones that we used to like sort of play in. But this is probably one of my favourite ones by Thin Lizzy. This one, as I say, was from 1972. And I'm trying to see where it got to. Got to number 6 on the UK singles charts in 1973. This version has since been covered by U2 Pulp, first released in 1996. Various artist compilations album for Childline, so that was Pulp's sort of version, and later a deluxe edition of Different Class, which again was Pulp in 2006, included it. Fantastic. So this next one is one from probably one of my favourite bands from the 80s and 70s, late 70s. This one is Town Called Malice, and this one is Jam.
Time is short and life is cool, but
One of the later greater ones from the Jam. That one was from 1982, Town Called Malice, and it featured on their album The Gift. It was one of the albums that were probably one of their final albums because they split up in 1982. The song did chart number one, and it did prevent Golden Brown from the Stranglers from reaching number one, which they never ever forgave the Jam for. I like both songs. I actually like Golden Brown. That's another one of my sort of favourite ones. So this next one again is one that was in the 60s, and it was by the Hollies, 60s, early 70s, by the Hollies, and then it was released again in 1988. This one is a really nice song, and this one is He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother.
heavy. He's my brother. So on we go. His welfare is my concern. No burden is he to bear. We'll get there. For I know he would not encumber me. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. If I'm leaning at all, I'm leaning with sadness that everyone's heart isn't filled with the gladness of love for one another. It's a long, long road from which there is no return. While we're on the way to there, why not share? And the Lord doesn't weigh me down at all. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. He's my brother. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. He ain't heavy.
What a beautiful song that is. That is He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother from the Hollies. Originally done in 1969, also covered by Neil Diamond in 1970, and then it was recorded again, as I said earlier, in 1988, and it went to number one in 1988. I'm trying to see where it got to in the 60s. Yeah, I think it was a number one in the 60s. No, got to number three in 1969. And incidentally, the piano player on that song, when it was recorded, was none other than Elton John. There you have it. A bit of useless information. You'll wake up tomorrow morning and you'll think, yeah, Elton John played on that song. Right, I'm told I don't play enough tunes sort of by girl bands and that, so I'm going to stick one in. We're going to go into the 90s now. And this one is one from the Spice Girls, and it's Say You'll Be There.
Giving you everything, all that joy can bring. This I swear. Last time two and two together, you will see what our friendship is for. Oh, if you can work this equation, then I guess I'll have to show you the door. There is no need to say you love me. It would be better left unsaid. I'm giving you everything, all that joy, yes I swear, yes I swear, and all that I want from you is a promise to be there. Yeah, I want you. Any fool can see that falling. I gotta make you understand. I'll give you everything on this, I swear. Just promise you'll always be there. I'm giving you everything, all that joy, yes I swear, yes I swear. All that I want from you is a promise you will be there. Always be there. Giving you everything, all that joy, yes I swear, yes I swear. All that I want from you is a promise you will be there. Always be there. Giving you everything, all that joy, yes I swear. All that I want from you is
Well, that nearly caught me out of a mouthful of crisps. So that was the Spice Girls and Say You'll Be There from 1996. It said it was released once the popularity of Wannabe began to fade. The high anticipation of their second single assured its commercial success. A week before the release, reports gave the single advanced sales. So it was a hit for them. But back in 1996, I can't say I really was a fan of the Spice Girls. I did like Mel C, and I liked her sort of solo stuff, and I still think she's quite good. But I said that I put some stuff on from sort of female singers, and so that was the Spice Girls. And last night I was watching, me and Laurie were watching the Jules Holland Hootenanny, and Vic Reeves was on there, and he did Dizzy, and that was kind of strange because the other day the song just popped into my head. Hadn't heard it for years, and I was sort of reading up the information about it, and I thought, I'll add it to the list, and all of a sudden it sort of appeared on Hootenanny last night. So this one is Vic Reeves and the Wonder Stuff, Dizzy from 1991. I didn't realise it was that old. I thought it was much later in the 90s. Here we have it.
you, girl, making it spin. You're making exactly how I felt. Then I held you close to me and I kissed you and my heart began to melt. Girl, you've got control of me, 'cause I'm so dizzy I can't see. I need to call a doctor for some hey, 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 hey. Dizzy, I'm so dizzy, my head is spinning like a whirlpool, it never ends. And it's you, girl, making it spin. You're making me dizzy, my head is spinning like a whirlpool, it never ends. And it's you, girl, making it spin. You're making me dizzy like a whirlpool. I'm dizzy, it's head is spinning. Bloody dizzy, yeah, it's dizzy like a whirlpool. It's head is spinning. I'm dizzy.
Brilliant song. That was Vic Reeves and the Wonder Stuff from 1991 doing their version of Dizzy. It got to number one on the UK singles charts, stayed there for 2 weeks, and it was a top 3 hit in Australia, peaking at number 3, thanks largely to the music video being screened on the nationally broadcast TV pop show Countdown. When I read it earlier on, I thought he did it on the Countdown. I'm thinking, I don't remember him doing it on Countdown, because I used to watch that. Different show entirely. Also charted in Austria, Ireland and New Zealand. So when I originally thought about doing the New Year's Day show, I thought, I'm going to have lots of songs which mention New Year's Day in it. And as I was going through them, I started getting a bit bored with it, and then I thought it's going to be a bit monotonous going, this one mentions New Year's Day. So I've only chose a couple on there that have New Year's Day in the title, and I couldn't sort of put this song not on the list. This is U2 and New Year's Day, and it's a live version, I think.
Chosen fear
RadioCare wants to thank all carers around the world. Paid and unpaid, you are all amazing.
Yes, I say it every week. You are all amazing, paid and unpaid carers. That's why I do Radio Care, to say a big thank you to everyone that's kept going through the pandemic. All those carers that have kept people safe and gone into people's homes or working in residential. You know, that's a really tough job, and you've carried on sort of doing it and keeping people safe to the sort of best of your ability. So we can't thank you enough. And I do it because I enjoy doing the shows and hopefully making lots of people happy that like to tune in every week. So this next one is one from a band called Dereem. I don't know if you remember them. They're from 1993 and they had a song called Things Can Only Get Better. Now, I put this one on there because I thought, this year has got to be a good year for everyone, hasn't it? We want things to start going in a more positive way and just to start being more positive about life again, because it's been a bit, tough, nearly 2 years with lockdowns and all sorts of things, but now things can only get better. Here we go.
You can walk my path, you can wear my shoes, learn to talk like me, and be an angel too. But maybe you ain't never gonna feel this way, you ain't never gonna know me, but I know you. Singing in our things can only get better, can only get better. If we see it through, that means me and I mean you too. So teach me now that things can only get better, can only get, take it on from me, I know that things can only get better. I sometimes lose myself in me, I lose track of time, and I can't see the woods for the trees. You say to me like, but the bridges as you go, I do it to fight you. I got my personal hurt to deal with, and then you say, walk my path, wear my shoes, talk like that, I'll be an angel, and things can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you, and you show me prejudice and greed, and you showed me how I must learn to deal with this disease. I'll look at things now in a different light than I did before, and I found the gold, and I think that you can be my cure. So teach me to walk your path, wear your shoes, talk like that, I'll be an angel, and things can only get better, can only get better. Now I found you, come in with your tears, like things can only get better, can only get better. Now I
Things Can Only Get Better. And that was D Ream. I didn't realise they were a Northern Irish group. I know that the very famous Professor Brian Cox was the keyboard player when they done sort of like the live gigs with them. It says that when it was initially released, it only got to number 24 in the charts in January of '93. It was then remixed and made more pop friendly, and it was released again in the January of '94, where it got to number 1 in the UK singles charts and got into the top 10 at number 8. Top 10 in 8 countries, and in the US it peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot Dance Club Play chart. It was also the theme used for New Labour in their 1997 general election campaign, which they won. So this next one is one from Take That, and it features Lulu, who happened to be on Jules Holland last night. Did you see her on Jules Holland on the Hootenanny last night? And what was it with the dark glasses? We were sat there and we were like, why is she wearing dark glasses? Don't know. Anyway, this one is Relight My Fire. And that was Take That and Lulu, Relight My Fire from 1993. Says it was the second of the band's 12 number one hits. It topped the UK single charts for 2 weeks in the October of 1993. It was also the first UK number one single for Lulu. And at that time broke records between an act's chart debut and their reaching a number one in the UK singles charts, happening at 29 years 148 days after her debut with Shout. So that was her first number one sort of since then. Hard to believe, really, because I know that she had so many other songs out in the 60s and probably in the early 70s, so I would have thought she would have got a number one from them. So moving on, we've got one from Lady Gaga, and this one is The Edge of Glory.
There ain't no reason you and me should be alone tonight, yeah, baby, tonight, yeah, baby. I got a reason that you who should take me home tonight. I need a man that thinks it's right when it's so wrong tonight, yeah, baby, tonight, yeah, baby. Right on the limits where we know we both belong tonight. It's hard to feel the rush
What a great, powerful song that one is. That is The Edge of Glory, Lady Gaga, from 2011. Again, didn't think it was that long ago. It was from her second studio album, Born This Way. And in the States, Edge of Glory debuted at number 31 on the Billboard Pop Songs chart. It says, let's have a look. It debuted at number 2 on the Hot Digital Songs chart. And on the Billboard Hot 100 it got to number 3. In Canada it reached number 3, and in the UK it debuted at number 6 on the UK singles charts, but it had been fluctuating up and down the charts for a few weeks. But once it had been on Paul O'Grady's show, it really sort of did get the radio air that it deserved. Great song, really good song. So this next artist, I was looking at YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and sometimes things just come up on YouTube, because of whatever you've been looking at. And there was an America's Got Talent show come up, and this artist on there called Mandy Harvey, and so I thought, okay, I'll give it a look. And her story is she's a very talented sort of musician and sort of very sort of musically gifted, and she was at music school, and she developed a tissue disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which I've heard of, but it actually left her fundamentally deaf. Now, when you're a music student, your hearing sort of really is important to you, so it was really difficult for her sort of like to carry on sort of in college, and she went through a bit of a tough time, but then she found that with the sort of taking her shoes off and sort of vibrations and that, and she was able to use, like people tune their guitar, she was able to use a sort of like a tuning sort of piece of equipment, apparatus, so that she could actually sort of find the pitch for her voice, and then she was able to sing. And she played a song on this show called Try, which she'd written, and that was a really lovely song, and it just sort of blew everyone away. So I've been listening to sort of some of her tracks, and she did release one earlier on this year called Masterpiece. So here we have it. This is Mandy Harvey. See what you think.
When I feel like I'm all broken pieces that I wish I could just throw away, look for glue I can put in between them. Back in place, back in place. 'Cause my heart is way up on the ceiling, and my mind took a boat, sailed away. But I still got my angels and demons, used up string, can of pain. Well, I'm no artist, but I think I got this. Might be the hardest thing I've ever done. Pick up the pieces, pieces of me, and I'll be a masterpiece when I am done. Might never be done, might never be, might never be done. There's no blueprint for me, no instructions, so I went ahead and made them up. But I know that it's worth all the trouble. Paper cuts, paper cuts. Well, I'm no artist, but I think I got this. Might be the hardest thing I've ever done. Pick up the pieces, pieces of me, and I'll be a masterpiece when I am done. Might never be done, might never be, might never be done, might never be done, might never be, might never be done. Yeah, I look pretty good from a distance, but I'm a mess if you see me close up. It's an ongoing pièce de resistance, all lit up, light it up. Well, I'm no artist, but I think I got this. Might be the hardest thing I've ever done. Pick up the pieces, pieces of me, and I'll be a masterpiece when I am done. Well, I'm no artist, but I think I got this. Might be the hardest thing I've ever done. Pick up the pieces, pieces of me, and I'll be a masterpiece when I am done. Might never be done. Might never be. Might never be done. Might never be done. Might never be done. Might never be done.
That was Mandy Harvey and Masterpiece, released earlier on this year. I think it was released for just digital download, but if you get a chance, look on YouTube and sort of check out some of her songs and videos on there, and her story. Really, it's just really interesting, sort of to watch her journey and to listen to her journey, really. So we get into the final part of the set. We're probably we've still got a few songs left, but we're sort of on the sort of road, sort of going down towards the end of the set tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. A lot of the songs, like I said, sort of meant a lot because they were sort of dedicated to my friend Chris, passed away, and I know which ones they were. I did mention a couple. But yeah, so that's why I sort of put a few of the extra sort of tracks in there tonight. Anyway, this next one is one which was quite popular in 2021. This is one from Ed Sheeran, and it's Bad Habits.
1, 2, 3, 4. Every time you come around, you know I can't say no. Every time the sun goes down, I let you take control. I can feel the paradise before my world implodes. And tonight had something wonderful. My bad habits lead to late nights, sitting alone, conversations with a stranger I barely know, swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use or do. My bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space, and I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after 2. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. Every pure intention ends when the good times start. Falling over everything to reach the first time spark. It started under neon lights and then it all got dark. I only know how to go too far. My bad habits lead to late nights, sitting alone, conversations with a stranger sending alone. Conversations with a stranger I barely know. Swearing this will be the last, but it probably won't. I got nothing left to lose or use, or do my bad habits lead to white eyes staring into space? And I know I lose control of the things that I say. Yeah, I was looking for a way out, now I can't escape. Nothing happens after two. It's true, it's true. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you. My bad habits lead to you.
And that was Ed Sheeran, Bad Habits, and one from 2021. It did really well commercially, peaked at number one in numerous countries, including Australia, Belgium, Canada, Germany, Hungary, New Zealand, Switzerland, and South Africa, becoming the official first number one hit on the newly launched South African music charts. Also, it was sort of a hit in the UK, Ireland, and it peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. Just a sort of great song. And we were saying last night when we were watching him on Jules Holland, sort of like he's done really well for himself, and he's adapted sort of his style sort of like over the years. So yeah, well, you know, I like him. So this next one, I said I was going to put some New Year's Day songs on there, and this one is one from Taylor Swift, and it's called New Year's Day.
There's glitter on the floor after the party. Girls carrying the shoes down in the lobby. Candle wax and Polaroids on the hardwood floor. You and me from the night before, but don't read the last page. But I stay when you're lost and I'm scared and you're turning away. I want your midnights, but I'll be cleaning up bottles with you on New Year's Day. You squeeze my hand 3 times in the back of the taxi. I can tell that it's gonna be a long road. I'll be there if you're the toast of the town, babe, or if you strike out and you're crawling home. Don't read the last page, but I stay when it's hard or it's wrong or we're making mistakes. I want your midnights, but I'll be cleaning up bottles with you on New Year's Day. Hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you. Hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you. Hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you. And I will hold on to you. Please don't ever become a stranger whose laugh I could recognize anywhere. Please don't ever become a stranger whose laugh I could recognize anywhere. There's glitter on the floor after the party. Girls carrying the shoes down in the lobby. Candle wax and Polaroids on the hardwood floor. You and me forevermore. Don't read the last page, but I stay when it's hard or it's wrong or we're making mistakes. I want your midnights, but I'll be cleaning up bottles with you on New Year's Day. Hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you. Hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you. Hold on to the memories, they will hold on to you.
That was a sweet one, wasn't it, from Taylor Swift from 2017. It was from her studio album Reputation, and it was classed as a country album and did get a lot of airplay on the country radio stations in the US. But they started turning a bit funny against Taylor Swift, sort of saying that she'd moved away from country, so the country listeners had moved away from Taylor Swift. But essentially it was a lovely song, and it could have fitted into any genre really. I think it's a great tune. So this next one, it's one from Paul Weller's latest album that he's got out at the moment, called An Orchestrated Songbook. I got it, downloaded it just before Christmas, and it's a lot of his songs that he'd done, sort of his solo work, some that he's done with Style Council and sort of with the Jam, done with a big orchestra. And this particular track is one from his when he was in the Style Council, from the album Cafe Blue, and it was You're the Best Thing. This particular version on the new album features Boy George, and Boy George's voice has changed over the years, but I quite like this version. See what you think.
I might win much more, but lose all that is mine. I could be a lot, but I know I'm not. I'm content just with the riches that you bring. I might choose to win and commit the sin of wanting more than I've already got. I could run away, but I'd rather stay in the warmth of your smile, lighting up my day. The one who makes me say you're the best thing that ever happened to me, oh my brother. You're the best thing that ever happened. So don't go away. I might be the king, still my people sings, but I don't go for that our crazy way. Oh, that I could rule, I don't check for fools. All I need is to be left to live my way. Listen what I say. You're the best thing that ever happened to me, oh my world. You're the best thing that ever happened. So don't go away. From the soul of me, You're the best for me. You're the best of me. Gonna rob my dreams. Take a chance on me. From the soul of me. You're the best for me. Gonna rob my dreams. Take a chance on me. Boy George, yes.
If you love great music and some gentle banter, you're in the right place. Listen to Radio Care, broadcasting from Coventry.
Yep, I'm broadcasting from Coventry, as I said earlier. Them jingles always throw me. Sometimes I hit the jingle, and then I think, what am I going to say after that? Anyway, that was You're the Best Thing from Paul Weller and Boy George. And it was the more recent version from the orchestrated songbook which Paul Weller brought out. I think they came out beginning of December. There's some great tracks on there, so if you like Paul Weller, if you like The Jam, you like Style Council, you may like some of the songs that are on there. So we're down to the last three songs. I hope you've enjoyed the tunes tonight. There's been a sort of a mixed bag of tunes, but I tried to put something on there for everyone. But it was a little bit of self-indulgence tonight. Just as I say, sort of playing some tunes that sort of mean a lot. And this next one is a new one from Rod Stewart. It's called One More Time. I didn't actually think it was him when I sort of heard it sort of being played the other day. It sounded sort of very different, and I kind of like it. See what you think.
It's not the color of your hair or the beauty in your eyes that I'll be missing. Oh, the sunshine in your smile, oh, those ruby red lips I've been kissing. Now your family don't like me, this I understand. I don't want to settle down, I'm just a rambling man. I'd rather be out rocking with my good old country band. Yes, I would. But listen, baby, it was great while it lasted, and together we smashed it. There's just one more thing to do. I know that I can keep a secret, baby, can you too?
One more time, baby, one more time, baby, one more time, just for old time's sake. One more time, baby, one more time, baby, one more time, just for old time's sake.
Now if we have to separate and find somebody new. It's hard to imagine somebody else with you. You taught me how to nasty in those naughty high heel shoes. The devil wears Prada. We were lovers for a while, but it all came crashing down. The sex was immense by a good old country mile. Make no mistake, you'll always be on speed dial. Oh yeah. It was great while it lasted. Oh yeah. And together we smashed it. Oh yeah. There's only one more thing to do. Oh yeah. I know that I can keep it secret, baby, can you too?
One more time, baby, one more time, baby, one more time, just for old time's sake. One more time, baby, one more time, baby, one more time, just for old time's sake.
Yeah, yeah, just one more time.
One more time.
For the road.
There's someone else.
One more time.
No, I can't.
Just for old time's sake.
Really shouldn't.
Don't leave me like this.
One more time.
I'll never forget you, baby.
Don't persuade me. Well, one more time, baby.
Now I hope that you find what you're searching for. Someone to cuddle and kiss you as you walk through the door and honor you with children and stay together forever, forever. So it's a bon voyage, farewell, au revoir. I'm going down to Woodstock in my beat-up Jaguar. There's no regrets or sadness, but maybe we should have known better. We should have known better, baby. It was great while it lasted, and together we smashed it. There's only one more thing to do. I know that I can keep a secret, baby, can you too?
One more time, baby, one more time, baby, one more time, just for old time's sake. One more time, baby, one more time, baby, one more time, for old time's sake. One more time, baby, one more time, that's all I needed. Just for old time's sake. One more time, baby, one more time, baby, one more time, just for old time's sake.
And that was Rod the Mod, as they used to call him back in the day. Did you know he started off as a mod singer back in the 60s, and when he joined the Small Faces, which then became the Faces, they carried on sort of with a bit of the sort of mod style until it sort of became a lot of the mod bands become sort of rock bands by then, but he still had the nickname Mod the Rod. No, Rod the Mod. I'll get it the right way around. So that one was released on his album Tears of Hercules back in November. One More Time was released as a lead single back in September of last year. It got promotion on Kelly Clarkson's show, The Late Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and The Graham Norton Show. Doesn't say where the single got, but it says the album reached number 5 on the UK singles charts. So we're down to the last two songs. The last song is the one that I normally play out after I sort of say goodnight. So this next one is one from the Beatles. And when I first met my mate Chris back in 1981, I just sort of started at the boarding school, and we were staying in sort of the same sort of boys sort of dormitory flats. And music was what connected us, as I said earlier on in the show, and the Beatles was one of the bands that sort of really connected us, I think through our parents. Our parents both sort of introduced us sort of like to the Beatles and a lot of that sort of music. So this one is one from the Let It Be album, and this one is Two of Us, and it seemed quite appropriate. So this one is Two of Us from the Beatles.
I Dig a Pygmy by Charles Hawtrey and the Deaf Aids. Phase 1, in which Doris gets her oats.
Two of us riding
How could you not like that song? That was Two of Us by the Beatles from 1969, featured on the Let It Be album, which was released in 1970. And yeah, just such a nice song, and yeah, that kind of sort of sums up our sort of friendship. So this is the part of the show where I say goodnight to everyone, and I hope you've really enjoyed the show, and to say Happy New Year to everyone, and let's look forward to a more positive New Year, more healthy, and, you know, we've just got to sort of get on with life, haven't we, and sort of do things, and yeah, it's going to be part of a norm, whatever the norm is sort of nowadays for us. Try and stay safe if you can, but don't sort of make yourself a hermit. Sort of try and get out there and see sort of what's outside if you can. Anyway, thanks for listening, and this last one to sort of play us out is one from ABBA, and again seems sort of very appropriate. This one is Happy New Year, and probably the last Christmas song that you'll hear being played. I was just reading about it, that Agnetha has the lead vocals on it, and the working title of the song was a more festive and humorous one called Daddy Don't Get Drunk on Christmas Day. I'm glad they changed it to Happy New Year. Anyway, good night to everyone, take care, stay safe, and hopefully you can tune in next week.
RadioCare wants to thank all carers around the world. Paid and unpaid, you are all amazing.